Welcome, everybody, to the Waiting Room Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Waite. And today, as every show, we're going to start it off with a little bit about, what's irritating me today. We'll run down the NBA playoffs a little bit. And then my subject for the episode, sports loyalty and where do we sit with it. Some of you answered the poll, which I appreciate. I appreciate any input that I get from you guys. As I always tell you, if this matters to you, if you just want to share it, you think somebody else will enjoy it, share, just push it out to the people. Again, I'm going to keep pushing these out, and for as long as I can keep it going. Again, as always, you can find me here. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram while I'm getting it going. I do have the banner going across the screen, so if you have any questions, shoot it to that email. Or again, like, share, tell your friends about it. Again, if there's something that you want to know, something you want discussed, something I'm missing in the subjects I talk about, let me know. Again, social education is what I'm here for. I want everybody to get a little bit better every single day, and if I can aid you in that, let's go ahead with it. So let's lead off with what's bugging Kyle. We can think of a good title for this segment because I feel like it's going to lead off every show. I'm not generally a negative person, but there are little things here and there that bug me. Some are bigger than others. But again, Kyle, why you mad? Whatever you can think of. This is something I've spoken about on my buddy's podcast, and again, you see stuff come across your timeline. Some of it you scroll right past. Some of it you're like, okay, so this is happening. We had the Black Lives Matter founder for the St. Paul division, Rashad Turner, speaking out. He released a video that I will post to the show once I get done with it. But Rashad Turner basically came out and said, hey, these people are not, this is not what Black Lives Matter is about. They are essentially saying Black lives don't matter. Now, you'd say, well, why is that? What do you say? I mean, the biggest issue he brings up, and he's an educator. If I could bring up anything, he is very heavily involved in the Twin Cities education. But that was one of the big things, and maybe it's a topic for another day. But he specifically pointed to the curriculum that Black Lives Matter wants to teach in school. And some of it's good, some of it's bad. But one of the things he points out is they specifically point out they want to disrupt the nuclear family structure. And I mean, it depends on what it means to you. What it means to me is they want it to make what has been generally accepted the abnormal. And for me, it's one of those things, I tell you guys, I care about all people. I do. It's just a natural thing that's come to me since I was a child. I care about people. So when I hear we want to disrupt the nuclear family structure, it doesn't sound like, hey, we want to make other things acceptable. Affirming that being queer is okay, affirming that being trans is okay. These are all things they talk about in their curriculum. I don't know that they're things we need to be teaching children. Teach my kid to do taxes. Something I wish I learned. Teach kids. I honestly don't know how cooking isn't a mandatory class in school. We're pushing out a lot of kids their senior year that I took 4 classes my senior year. I didn't do a whole lot. I should have taken a cooking class. You want to teach kids it's okay, and maybe you need to install some of that into your curriculum. But I mean, it's one of those things where I don't know that this is a hey, let's coexist thing. When I hear disrupt, it does sound to me like they want to make people feel abnormal about being what their version of normal is. And realistically, that's what I think we all need to find. We need to find our version of normal. most of you know my life is anything but normal. I have 3 kids, 3 different women. It's not normal. I mean, if I'm not saying if I could do it all over again, but yes, would my life look a little easier if I had 3 kids with one woman? I sure do believe it would be, but I also sit in a group of people that don't make me feel weird about having 3 kids with 3 women. Hey man, we all make choices in life, and that's what you need to teach kids. So when I hear disrupt the nuclear family structure, I just hear things like we want to make you feel bad about being normal, about the way you chose to live your life. Because for so many years, and today still, people make those that are gay or trans or I don't want to offend anybody, but any of the alphabet that you identify with, they want to make those people feel accepted. And some people, not all, some people want to do it by making those that are not feel bad about it. And I disagree with it. It is a place where we need to teach each other to coexist, to that being who you are is okay. That's it. I don't know how to lay it out in simpler terms. But this comes on the heels of Patrisse Cullors, one of the co-founders of Black Lives Matter, stepping down over a financial thing. And I understand she came out and said this was planned for a year, which it may be true. In October, I believe she got a deal with Warner Brothers. Hey, get your money, get your money. Just let's be honest where your money's coming from. $3.2 million for 4 homes. I don't know, guys. I don't know where she got that money from. She does have other speaking obligations. She has, I'm sure, people that would just personally support her. And you know what? If you want to donate your money to affiliations, organizations, political campaign, all that, you go ahead. You throw your money where you see fit. Just don't be shocked when it gets spent maybe in a way you didn't see coming. I'm not saying Black Lives Matter paid her. Matter of fact, they said through 2013 through to 2019, they gave her $120,000 total over the 6-year period, just for kind of being the face and doing some things. Now it's a nonprofit. We all should know how Kyle feels about nonprofits. I don't agree with them. I'll say it all the time. I love sports, but guess what? The NFL is a nonprofit. The NFL is a nonprofit, guys. If nobody knew that, the NFL is a gosh darn nonprofit. Makes billions of dollars a year. Billions with a B. Capital B. So much money. Black Lives Matter. They're making a lot of money for a nonprofit. And yeah, they're through donations. People do want to see good things done. I agree with it. I agree with the term Black Lives Matter. What I don't agree with currently, as of today at 6:23 p.m. Central Standard Time, I don't agree with the organization. Too much is coming out now about, well, is your money going the right places? Look at the people collecting deals. Look at everybody doing this, that, and the third with money that's potentially donated. Again, some of these people get paid for speaking engagements. They get paid to be an activist. I don't know how many of them have regular jobs. I mean, that's the thing, though, is the chairperson of the head organization, Black Lives Matter, paid $3.2 million for 4 houses. That raises eyebrows. Hey, if she's going to do some great work with them, maybe invite some people to live in there because they're less fortunate, I'm all for it. I'm not going to dismiss anybody right off the bat because that's dismissing people says that you're not willing to learn. I'm not willing to do it. But I do disagree that, hey, somebody who's worked for a nonprofit largely has just done her time for a nonprofit is spending millions of dollars on homes. Again, said she's leaving. She's got a book deal. She's having a second book come out. She's got a TV deal. Warner Brothers. I mean, yeah, get your money. Just don't be shocked when people who are like, "Hey, I thought you were here to help us," start raising eyebrows. When people like Rashad Turner, who, as I said, he is an educator. His foundation is he believes in education, specifically black education. I'm not going to dismiss the guy that wants to teach people better. I mean, I'll also acknowledge he's a big booster of charter schools. He cares about charter schools. And honestly, I don't see the issue with it. If we're being honest with ourselves, charter schools, you get a better education. There's less kids. There's more time to deal with them if they're struggling. It's one of those things. If you pay for your education, you're probably getting a better education. That's what it is. I'd love to see a public school be on the level, have the capability to be on that level of a charter school. But Rashad Turner has made it clear that he cares about education and that he does not believe the Black Lives Matter organization is there for it. They're not there to teach your kids anything but what they want taught. And he's not the only person, he's not the only educated person coming out and saying things negatively about Black Lives Matter. Not the term, but the faces behind it. The people pushing Black Lives Matter as a job. I mean, it's a valid question. And that's what's bothering me today. Beat the dead horse, again, I like to ease into some sports. So let's hit the NBA playoffs, guys. Let's hit the NBA playoffs. The Nets and the Celtics, finally over. Gentleman's sweep. I mean, a lot of these first round series, you would expect it to be. You would expect the gentleman's sweep. And there's a reason for that. A lot of these teams are, they're okay. They're okay. But I mean, there's a reason that we get kind of bored watching basketball. For those that have been watching basketball the 80s and 90s, some people watch it in the 70s. I don't know how entertaining basketball was then. I wasn't alive. But basketball is a little less entertaining. And the reason for that, some of these teams just aren't good. They're good against bad teams. Every once in a while, they'll shock a good team and knock them off. It's okay. I see nothing wrong with it. It's just, it took 50 points, and I think the Celtics won by 2 still. It took 50 points from one player. They're not a good team. The aftermath from that is now Danny Ainge, great Celtics legend. That man will never have to want for anything as long as he's in Boston. Step down. He stepped down, and it's all probably for the best. I mean, everybody knows Danny Ainge has been fleecing people for years. He may have gotten this big 3 era started with Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce, who was already there. But again, he's been known for he traded a couple of those players and now got some of their best players now. But Celtics are on the downturn. Who's to blame? Might be the old guy that's been there a while. The upturn, Brad Stevens, former coach of the Boston Celtics, is now the president of basketball operations. So Celtics will look for a coach. Maybe Brad Stevens will be in Boston for 40 years now. Who knows? But I can say, honestly, thank God that series is over. It's not fun to watch. They lost their second best player. Some people think Jaylen Brown is their best player. However you look at it, they lost him right before the playoffs. Any chance that had of being entertaining was gone with Jaylen Brown's injury. So, hey, we can move on from that. They advance with the Bucks, who swept out the Heat. A little revenge for them. I'm happy. I like seeing Giannis. The more I can see of Giannis, he still can't shoot. I don't care. That man is freakishly athletic. The man can actually play basketball. I love watching him. I hope he learns to shoot a jump shot one day. At least a 3-point shot consistently. But you know what? I love it. Love seeing the revenge. I'm hoping this Bucks series is entertaining. Now, in addition to that, Nuggets Blazers, double overtime. Damian Lillard did everything he could. They lost. It's probably a 7-game series. Honestly, it's one of the couple of series that I actually, gave a crap about before. I mean, Jamal Murray's been out, but again, the Nuggets are a deep team. They're fun to watch. I mean, come on. Nobody can really argue that, Damian Lillard isn't entertaining. For a guy like me, one of the things I like to say is efficiency matters. Efficiency matters. Damian Lillard is not that. He's not efficient. But he's got the balls to come out and say, hey, I'm going to try real hard. I'm that talented. I will shoot from half court if it means that I might win the game. He will. It's fun. It's entertaining. I hope it goes 7. Who knows? Now, you guys are going to see me real happy in a second. Real happy. Not because I care about the Suns. No, I care about the Suns. We all know I'm a Kings fan. Being a Kings fan, growing up when I did, late 90s, early 2000s, great time to be a Kings fan. I was born with that hate for the Lakers. I was raised with a disdain for a team that, they don't really have to try hard, if you're being honest. Lakers have never had to struggle, never had a real struggle, because at the end of the day, it's Los Angeles. Now, for people who live in California, people have been to LA, depends on how you feel. Depends on how you feel. I just like LA. I don't see anything super great about it. It's a great tourist place. I'll say that. It's a great tourist place. Wouldn't want to live there. Great tourist place. There's a lot to see, especially if you come from somewhere in middle America where a lot of hunting, a lot of fishing, not much else. Not much else. So I understand the appeal to LA. I understand why kids from the inner city in whatever state they live in may say, hey, man, I want to get to LA. I want to play in LA. But Lakers have never had to try that hard to get people to come there. I think it's time for them to struggle. That's why I think they're ahead. 30-point loss. 30-point loss. Now, I mean, honestly, we could all kind of see it coming. Anthony Davis is out. Maybe a top 10 player in the NBA. Maybe. I'll say he's top 15. I'll say you can make an all-NBA team with, Anthony Davis unless he's really talented. Really talented kid. But the reason I can't throw him in the top 10 for me is this is what happens. He gets hurt. And you're like, how much of that future does he have with LA? So LeBron James still hasn't had that, pardon my language, he hasn't had that fuck you game. He's not had that fuck you game. I mean, that's it. That's what I'm waiting for. And honestly, some people called for it yesterday. It's kind of what I was expecting, but it can be calculated. LeBron James loves a narrative. It's what bit him in the butt that first year in Miami. He loves a narrative. He loved being a villain. He loved the narrative of I'm coming home to Cleveland. He loved the I'm going to bring the Lakers back. Loves the narrative. So I could see the Lakers still winning the series. But Laker fans want you to know something. I want you to know. You guys are coming for a hurt. You are. It's happening. This is what happens with LeBron James based teams for 3 to 5 years. And LeBron might not be done after this year. But we're going to see over these next couple games, and if they make it, a series or two of can LeBron James just keep willing poorly built teams? And they are. They're poorly built. Everybody want to say Montrezl Harrell is this and that. He left the Clippers for a better team. He left it for the better LA. Tell you, there's a reason they let him walk, didn't try to keep him. It's a poorly built team. They're undersized. Teams have figured out how to beat them. And unless some of these guys improve their games dramatically, Lakers fans, you're going to be hurting for 3 to 5 years after LeBron James is done. Now, personally, I want to see a fuck you LeBron game. I want to see a game where he goes off for 50. I don't even care if they win. I just want to see LeBron James, do LeBron James things. We have a couple years left of it, guys. I still think he ranks below Michael Jordan. There's no convincing me of that. I've seen numbers. I've heard arguments. I'm not here for it. I'm just not. There's not a real argument that exists in my mind that LeBron James is a better basketball player than LeBron. I think I said that wrong. Pardon me, guys. I have a drink. Anyway, what I mean to correct myself, because I'm live and do not have a way to edit this, there's no convincing me LeBron is better than Jordan. It's just, it doesn't exist. But he is one of the 2 to 3, I can hear arguments for other people, one of the 2 to 3 best players to ever play the game. And I don't want to miss those games. I want to see LeBron come out game 6, throw the middle finger out. Throw the middle, hey, if we're going to lose this game, it's because I'm doing LeBron James thing. Now, this could go back to what happened against the Celtics. LeBron James could just triple-double, but his team have no chance of winning. I could see it. But what I hope dearly, I hope LeBron James comes out, throws out a hell of a game, because we only have so many more. Now, if the Lakers lost, you're going to see me hooting, hollering, cheering, dislike the Lakers. Dislike the Lakers. I'm going to have some real negative things to say about the Lakers when I'm old and gray. It's just how I am. But I do want to see LeBron James have a fun, entertaining game because we don't have a lot of them left. With that being said, I'm still picking the Lakers in Game 6. I can't see them going out that way. My last one, Philly and Washington may or may not have gotten interesting. Joel Embiid gets hurt. Story of that kid's career. I can call him a kid. I've gotten older. Story of that man's career. Something's going right for him. He looks like one of the most dominant big guys in the game, next to Nikola Jokic and Anthony Davis. But like Anthony Davis, comes up gimpy. And it's not like I'm happy. I'm never happy when anybody gets hurt. But suddenly the series got interesting. This was not a gentleman's sweep coming. This was headed for a 4-game series. Goodbye, Russell Westbrook. Goodbye, Bradley Beal. We will see you next year. That's where we were headed. And now this could be a series. Like we want to see LeBron James crazy games, we want to see Ben Simmons fuck you games. We want to see him grab the reins and lead the team. I just don't think they're constructed that way. Now, you could say, hey, maybe they should have traded for James Harden. Maybe they should have. Maybe when that happened, they should, hey, you know what? Rockets will get a guy that they can build around, even though they're going to suck for a few years. Sixers got a guy who could probably lead them through a series. But that didn't happen. Now we're going to see Ben Simmons. He still refuses to shoot. We're in year 6 of this man's career. He still refuses to shoot. Just shoot. I'm not the most talented guy, when I play a pickup game. But I'll still shoot just to keep a guy honest. And Ben Simmons he's scared. For lack of a better term, I've not seen Ben Simmons say, hey, look, I'm going to shoot, so you have to come out here. Because every once in a while I'll make them. You'll have to come out on me. The man's 6'10". 6'10", can handle the ball. He'll blow right past you if you can get your guy to come out. But until I see otherwise, I think we have a series. So, first round might go a little bit longer than we thought, guys. Maybe not the most entertaining basketball. It might get real ugly. We're being honest. Efficiency matters, and guess what? Russell Westbrook doesn't bring it either. He does not. So, we might have a real boring 7-game series between Washington and Philly. But, with that being said, Brings me around to the subject of the pod, sports loyalty. Now, I threw the poll out there, about 14 people, unanimous. 14 people. I asked a handful of other groups of friends. I don't think I saw a single one vote player, which is funny to me. To me, it's funny just because of what is traditional now. Now you kind of don't see people, fans of teams, people my age, maybe a little bit younger, and of course the older generation. Hey, my team is my team. I'm riding with my team. I don't care what they do. They might suck, or I may stop following sports altogether, but my team is my team. And that's what everybody voted on the poll. Everybody said, hey, sports loyalty, I follow my team. Again, I'm a Sacramento Kings fan. It was the first sporting event I ever went to live. It was great. It was great. It was during the Jason Williams years. White chocolate. I mean, come on. Dude has his own set of off-court problems, but he's entertaining. We had Peja, Vlade, Doug Christie, Chris Webber. At times we had Bobby Jackson, Keon Clark, Hedo Turkoglu, who became a bigger thing outside Sacramento. Gerald Wallace became a bigger thing outside of Sacramento. We had a team. We'll never forget those years as a child, which is why I still put myself through watching Sacramento Kings games. But a lot of what you'll see out of younger kids, I like that player. I want that player's jersey. Now, if he goes to another team, I want his jersey from that team. A lot of this is LeBron James centered, but it seems to sort of be the culture now. It seems to be what people do. Hey, my favorite player left my favorite team. All right, I'm going to that team. I'm out. I mean, I get it, but it's one of those things that I get real curious. Is this going to be the new normal? Is sports loyalty dead? Some we can attribute it to. We look at the fact that kids kind of just have access to all the information. You're not getting localized sports. You're getting national sports. You're getting world sports. Sometimes you're just getting other countries' sports. We get the English Premier League on TV. If you have the right channel, you get the English Premier League. You can get rugby on your TV from other countries. You can get cricket. If cricket has not caught on because we have baseball, that is America's cricket. But if you want cricket, you can find cricket. But kids have so much ability to start looking at other things. They're, hey, yeah, I started out Sacramento Kings fan, but they suck. It's hard to be a fan of that team. It's hard to follow them. My favorite team just this last year got rid of my favorite baseball player, Mookie Betts. Two of my favorite baseball players they're Mookie Betts and they're Noah Syndergaard. Mookie Betts, not a gosh darn thing on the field that guy can't do. He can play the infield. He can play the outfield. Man can bowl a 300 in bowling, but he can hit. He can field. Nothing. I think the guy's like $180. I think he's a small guy. Small guy. Probably you could argue Mike Trout, but again, one of the best baseball players. And jump ship mainly. Hey, it's the Dodgers. As we stated, I don't like things in LA. I don't like LA as a whole. So, not jumping to the Dodgers. Did it test me a little bit when the Red Sox decided, hey, we're going to trade away some of our other players. We're going to add nobody. Yeah. But I mean, last I checked, they have a winning record with a bunch of guys that I've heard very little about or nothing. I mean, again, we have a nice little stable core. But at no point was I thinking, hey, let's go look at other baseball teams. tested me. It did. Looked at the opening day roster, was worried I was going to have a sad season. I've made jokes on other shows about it before, but yeah. I'm like, hey, I'm going to ride with the Red Sox. I'm going to ride with the Baltimore Ravens. I don't follow hockey anymore. And I'll be honest, when I was following hockey, it was because the Detroit Red Wings were good. Which leads me to the is it just hey, I want to follow a winning team. I'll be honest, I don't run into any other Sacramento Kings fans. I'm not even sure out of the 100 people or so that follow the show, I don't know if there's a single Kings fan among them. It's not a common thing to run into. People want to root for a winner. I don't blame people for it, but it makes me wonder, is sports loyalty dead? Not for my generation. My generation, again, we're old, stubborn, set in our ways. We're going to do what we're going to do. But, things change. Things change. Kids change. Kids know what they want. And it just makes me wonder, does it affect how people follow sports? I have friends and family for various reasons. Some of them are political, but they don't follow sports at all. Some are just tired of rooting for bad teams. I mean, my brother, God bless him, my brother does not talk about baseball unless the Padres are good. Now, he's in a fantasy football league. He'll talk to me about football. The Chargers usually suck. So, fun conversations for me, not so much for him. But I know a lot of people just say, hey, my team sucks. I don't really follow sports anymore. It's just not fun for me. I don't know. I'm curious if it affects other people the way that I see it affects some. I'm curious if the changing of the names on the jerseys affect people that much. Clearly it does not for me. I just, again, I'm stubborn, set in my ways. I love what I love. I love watching Red Sox games. Matter of fact, my mother called me today from Boston, went to Fenway Park just to buy me something at the team shop. She probably ordered me something online, but hey, she's in Boston. She thought of me. God bless that woman. But then, would I feel the same way if she's like, hey, I'm in Sacramento, want to buy you some King stuff? I mean, look, I'm all for free stuff. My mom wants to buy me something, even at 32. I'm still like, hey, Mom, go ahead. I love you. She goes on trips, goes to goes to Hawaii, goes to Mexico, hey, I wanted to buy you something. Go ahead. Love you, Mom. But does that affect some other people? Does that matter to people that, the names on the jerseys? Does that matter? Not the ones on the front, the ones on the back. Do those names matter more to you than the team anymore? I don't know. It's something that has me curious just because I see it as a dying thing. People can tell me they were Warriors fans when they were a kid. I'll tell you right now, Northern California, and I'm from far Northern California, so let me just preface it with that. Most people, at least in basketball, Kings and Lakers fans. That's it. Nobody was a Clippers fan. Nobody was a Warriors fan. Again, everybody loves a winner. Everybody loves a winner. Nobody was a Warriors fan. That's why all the Warriors love now. I feel like that's maybe why the Warriors get so much hate now. Warriors get so much hate now because, hey, they did not have a huge fan base. Nobody gave two shits about the Warriors. Now I did as a casual fan of I like good basketball. I loved when they took down the one-seeded Mavericks. They had some good players of Monte Ellis, Jason Richardson, won a dunk contest, was entertaining to watch at times. When people are, man, I'm a lifelong Warriors fan. You a liar. You a liar. It's okay. I mean, that's literally how I look at it. If you're not from those areas, typically those teams that are bigger now that wasn't when I was a kid, hey, again, everybody loves to win. Everybody loves to follow it. But, Again, is it the fact that they're winning? Is it your team? Is it, I'm always curious to find out what it is, because it seems like sports loyalty just seems to be dead. It seems to be one of those things where if you're not winning, if you don't have my favorite players, I'm not here for it. And I'm always curious as to why. Got to have some people interact on the show to tell me that, but we'll get there someday. Always curious, but I don't really have much more to say on the subject. Again, this is one of my original podcast ideas. Maybe need a little more research. Got to have participation with things like this, just because. Again, I got a unanimous vote from you guys, unanimous, and not just from you guys, but a dozen or so more, more friends were the same team. But I also have to factor in a lot of those people are my age. We all kind of share the same view. So, yeah. Finally, we'll cover some football. Just we're here. June 1st hit. If you're wondering why your favorite team started releasing guys, trading guys, why anybody cares about football right now, because we probably shouldn't until August. June 1st is when the salary cap starts allowing for teams to, have a little more relief. What happens is June 1st hits and the dead cap hit. So teams are required to have a certain amount that they have to pay a player per year. It's what's called their cap hit. Now, if they don't have guaranteed money on said deal, they can cut them for almost nothing. However, if they have a dead cap number, that means whether or not that person is owed money, that they have money that is still technically placed on the books. So when June 1st hits, they can now spread it out over this upcoming season and the following season. They may not be paying the player a gosh darn thing, but that player's money exists. So if you're wondering why Julio Jones hasn't found a new team after requesting to be traded, if you're wondering why Zach Ertz or Derek Carr or some of these other guys have not been traded yet, it's all about the money. Follow the money. That's it. Again, guys, we're just getting started on this podcast. I want to have more people on, share their stories, share something that is important to them. We can talk sports, music, movies, whatever it is that you want to talk about. Just got to let me know. So, as always, I want to shout out Taj TV, TAIJH TV on Facebook, has shows now. To my personal dismay, he is now running one show per week on Saturday evenings. It's a different look, everyone, and that's what we need. Find something different. Find something that you disagree with. Taj and I don't see eye to eye on everything. However, we do see eye to eye on pushing each other, on making each other better, and on educating each other and the people we meet. So, for the foreseeable future, I will keep pushing out his name. Again, Taj TV, TAIJH TV on Facebook and YouTube. Also, if you're religious, maybe you're not, maybe you're looking for a church home, maybe you're looking for an online ministry, Truth Valley Church on Facebook as well. Again, guys, I support what they're doing. This comes from a guy that is in my law enforcement family. I look at him like family. Marcus over at Truth Valley Church, he's doing great things. They all are. And they have connections. If you reach out, I almost guarantee they will talk to you. Truth Valley Church on Facebook. My buddy Jason also runs a woodworking business. This is the Arizona Flag Company. As I always tell you guys, I do not support below average quality. Jason over at the Arizona Flag Company, and he's on Facebook, you can find him, does great work. I appreciate the job that he does. Look him up. If you have somebody that you want to get a gift for, go over it with him. He can either do it or he's going to lead you in the direction that somebody can. I would be silly if I didn't push my own show. Again, as I said at the top of the show, email questions, Kyle the Wait, KYLE the WAIT at gmail.com. Again, if you want to be a part of the show, if you have something you want to speak on, if you want to correct me and tell me why I'm wrong, on air, off air, I like learning, guys. KyleTheWait at gmail.com, Instagram, WR Podcast Official, and I post these shows on YouTube, Waiting Room Podcast. Everyone, I appreciate you viewing. I appreciate anybody interacting. Remember, be kind to each other. That's what I'm going to try and push out to each other. Be kind. Until Friday, I'll see you guys.